If the word networking makes you want to immediately hide your calendar, I have good news for you. You've been doing it wrong. When most quiet professionals hear networking, they picture a crowded ballroom, forced happy hours, and that one incredibly loud colleague who effortlessly works the room trading business cards. We tell ourselves that because we don't have the extroverted charisma, we can't build a powerful network. So we stay at our desk, work harder, and hope that our output speaks for itself. It won't. Output keeps you employed, but influence gets you promoted. But here is the executive secret: trying to out extrovert an extrovert is a losing game. The connections made over small talk at happy hours are shallow. They rarely lead to director level promotions. At the executive level, we don't need network, we build strategic alliances. Stick around and I'll give you 3 shifts that you can make to build that strategic alliances that is very likely to get you promoted. Research in organizational psychology shows that the most powerful people in corporate networks are not the most interesting people in the room. They are the most helpful. Today I'm going to give you 3 framework to completely rewire how you build alliances. Remember, I didn't say network, alliances. You are going to learn how to build massive executive influence, all without draining your social battery or ever attending a forced happy hour again. First shift: stop trying to be interesting. Start being useful. The traditional networking advice tells you to ask executives for a virtual coffee, to pick their brains. And let me be blunt, executives do not have the time for a virtual coffee, and that request actually drains their energy. Instead of asking their time, you are going to give them a solution. I call this the value add reach out. I worked with a brilliant, highly introverted data manager named, let's call her Gina for privacy's sake. She wanted to build an alliance with the VP of marketing, but the idea of small talk terrified her. So we changed the strategy. Gina noticed the marketing team was struggling with a data bottleneck she had solved years ago. She sent a simple 4-sentence email. It goes something like this: Hey David, I saw your team spinning up the Q3 integration. We ran into a similar bottleneck last year. I've attached the one-pager on exactly how we bypassed it to save you guys some time. No reply needed, I just wanted to share this. And that's it. Utility beats charisma any day. She didn't ask for a favor, she didn't force a 30-minute Zoom call. She delivered pure, unadulterated value. The next time a director position opened up, guess whose name that VP brought up? You guessed it right, Gina. So let's move to shift number 2: asynchronous amplification. Introverts thrive when they have the time to think and process. Face-to-face networking drains your battery because it requires real-time performance. So, take the performance out of it. The best strategic alliance can be built asynchronously. You do this through the radar strategy. Your goal is to become the signal booster for other departments. Take 5 minutes every Friday to publicly highlight a cross-functional peer. If the finance team helped you route a difficult budget, don't just say thanks in a private message. Drop a note in a cross-departmental Slack channel or Teams channel, or send an email CCing their bosses saying, massive shout out to the finance team for untangling the Q2 budget routing. We couldn't have launched this week without their specific heavy lifting. It takes zero social energy. You don't have to talk to everyone face to face, but you immediately build immense social capital when you send that email out. When you become the person who publicly highlights the wins of other teams, those teams will violently advocate for you when it is time for your promotion. That takes me to shift number 3, and that is be the node. In network theory, there is a concept called structural holes. It means that in any company, marketing team doesn't really talk to the engineering team, and the engineering team doesn't talk to the sales. That brings me up for another point. You don't need to be the life of the party to build influence. You just need to be the bridge between those disconnected islands. You need to be The node. If you are in a meeting, you hear a project manager struggling with a compliance issue, and you know a legal analyst who loves solving those exact issues, you introduce them. You send one email. It goes something like this. Hey Mark, meet Gina. Gina, Mark is running into the compliance snag we were just talking about. I knew you two needed to connect and talk about this. And then step back. They solve the problem, but here's the magic. Both of them now view you as a highly valuable strategic partner. You just gained the social capital of two different departments simply by curating a connection. You may not be the most interesting, but you were the most helpful. Waiting for a senior leadership to magically notice your hard work is a recipe for career stagnation. The quiet professionals who actually get promoted to the executive suite are the ones who deliberately engineer their visibility through strategic alliances. Knowing that you need to be helpful over interesting is the first step. But having the exact script, the confidence, and the operating system to execute this consistently is what separates middle manager from directors. If you are ready to stop hiding behind your laptop and start building an undeniable executive brand without changing your introverted personality, it is time to step up. I built the 60-day leadership challenge I call the Leaderathon specifically for you. We strip away the generic corporate advice and install the exact step-by-step frameworks you need to build influence, lead up, and secure your promotion. Click the link in the description below to secure your spot, stop dreading networking, and start engineering your career. I'll see you inside. Until next time.